I don't know if it's me that's getting old, but one thing that I think I'm getting better at is dealing with change and managing change and accepting change. And I think when you run a business like I do, or you work in the field of communication, you recognize and accept that it's changing really quickly. And that's part of the joy of it. But it's also a big part of the job, managing that change, coping with that change, adapting, anticipating what's going to happen next, deciding of all these things that could happen, this is the one I think's going to happen, and so we'll go with this. Like that's a big part of the job, but it's also part of being alive. And I've seen some people in the last few weeks, or the last few days, really saying, oh, what is it, Britain's, 10th Prime Minister in 7 years, or 7th Prime Minister in 10 years, or something like that. And, they're like, more change. And I replied to somebody last night, and I was like, I don't think there is more change. I mean, there's certainly things that have happened that I'm not keen on, and there's things that have happened that have impacted business. And, you speak to people in hospitality or people that employ lots of staff, and, yes, there's change and there's tax burdens and there's new rules and things like that. But I don't know how much of that can be directly attributed to a prime minister or even a particular government or political party. If it wasn't that, it could be health and safety regulation. Before all that, it was, European human rights laws. A lot of the things that drive that change, to me, as I get older, seem to just be part of life. It seems to be, this is just what happens. And I think that there are some people, it's maybe just the way they express themselves on social media, but that there are some people that think that we can get back to some sort of calm normality. And I think that calm normality is a myth. Now, there's no doubt that there are political forces who I don't agree with, and they're not that good for society. And I sometimes look at the world and I go, how did we get here? I don't really like what we've become. But, usually like 10 or 15 minutes later, I'll speak to someone else, or I'll look at something and I'll be like, oh, this is great. This is wonderful. It's the best of times. It's the worst of times. And it's about, well, what agency have I got? What can I do? What's going on in my community, with my clients, with my business? And how can I be at my best? And I guess the sort of challenge for me is, can I be, or to what extent can I be the same nice, friendly person that I hope I am, or like to think I am? How can I be like that even when I'm worried about something, or working hard, or there's something over here that's annoying me? Can I still be the same person? And I'll probably never manage that. Like, that will keep me busy for the rest of my life. But I think that's the journey. And there's more chance that I can get better at that than governments, politicians, society changing and coming back to some calm normality and say, here we are, Colin. Look, we've sorted everything out. We've set it all up, and we've created the ideal environment. And all you need to do is go out there and do your business. That's never going to happen. Doing business, and if it's not your business, if you work in comms for another organisation, or you work in the public sector, it's always like this. There might be some spikes in tension. I get all of that. But it is always like this. This isn't the world going wrong. This is just the world. Thank you for listening to my public service information announcement. Have a lovely day.